Alrighty. People talking shit about me. Are you scared of the Church of the Subgenius? Are you scared of the Flat Earth Subgenius? Are you scared of Discordianism? Are you scared of doing research? Are you scared of looking into things that you know nothing about? Are you scared of Eris, the goddess of Discordianism? I'm going to read a lot of different things right now. Very quick paragraphs that's going to teach very quickly to anyone listening and increase their intelligence by 5% at least. Oh, there's plenty of gray face agents lurking, Felix. The Discordian Society, the Sacred Cow. There's the symbol. There's the apple of discord that Callisti. Wikipedia says, Sacred Cow. For the German thrash metal band by that name. Discordianism is a paradigm based upon the book Principia Discordia, written by Greg Hill and Carrie Wendell Thornley in 1963, the two working under the pseudonyms Malaclips the Younger and Onarm Khayyam Ravenhurst. According to its primary historian, Adam Gorightly, Discordianism was founded as a parody religion. Many outside observers still regard Discordianism, although some of its adherents may utilize it as a legitimate religion or a metaphor for a governing philosophy. The Principia Discordia, if read literally, encourages the worship of Eris, aka Discordia, the goddess of chaos, or archetypes and or ideals associated with her. The Principia Discordia holds three core principles: the anaristic order and the eristic disorder, and the notion that both are mere illusions. An argument presented by the text that it is only by rejecting these principles that you can truly perceive reality as it is. It is difficult to estimate the number of Discordians because they are not required to hold Discordianism as their only belief system, and because there is an encouragement to form schisms and cabals. Founding and structure. The fundamental document of Discordianism is the Principia Discordia, which is a great book. You should definitely read it. 4th edition, written by Malaclips the Younger. Common sense tells us that the earth is flat. Written by Malaclips the Younger, an alias of Greg Hill. The Principia Discordia often hints that Discordianism was founded as a dialectic antithesis to more popular religions based on order, although the rhetoric throughout the book describes chaos as a much more underlying impulse of the universe. This may have been done with the intention of merely balancing out the creative forces of order and disorder, but the focus is on the more disorderly aspects of the world. At times, the forces of order are even vilified. Episcoposes are the overseers of sects of Discordianism who have presumably created their own sect of Discordianism. They speak to Eris through the use of their pineal gland. It is said that in the Principia Discordia that Eris says different things to each listener. She may even say radically different things to each episcopos, but all of what she says is equally her word, even if it contradicts another iteration of her word. Most episcopos have an assumed name and or title of self-proclaimed mystic import, such as Malaclips the Younger, Pali Father of Virginity in Gold, Lord Omar Graham Ravenhurst, Bull Goose of Limbo, Professor Mukau, and Calice the Erratic. Some Discordians choose their entire title by themselves. Some turn to random generators. Others assimilate things from other people, and a few never really offer any explanation. Popes, according to the Principia Discordia, every single man, woman, and child on earth is deemed a pope. Included in the Principia Discordia is an official pope card that may be reproduced and distributed freely to anyone and everyone. I do have that. I am an official Discordian and an official member of the Church of the Subgenius. Anyone could be a Discordian. All you have to do is say to yourself and out loud or in your own head, I am a Discordian. And voila, you're a Discordian. But the Church of the Subgenius is not the same way. You can't say I am a subgenius and you are a subgenius. You have to pay $35 to the Church of the Subgenius. And then you will get a black folder of instructions on what to do next. Included in the Principia, it is papacy, however, is not granted through possession of this card. It merely informs people that they are a genuine and authorized Pope of Discordia. Mythology: Eris and Anarus. One sec while I slack off. 1 second. Bear with me. So right now, I'm going to show you a video of someone who hates me and Pancho Pete. Here, listen to this. Check this out. Check this out. This guy has a problem with me. He just posted this video like 20 hours ago. And he's calling me and Felix and the Church of the Subgenius and the Discordians out. Oh no, we're so scared of you, Mr. No-Named Nobody, faceless no-named nobody. I'm so scared. Eris and Bob are so scared of you. Check it. I gotta hurry up and do all this reading real quick. I have a whole bunch of reading. I got a good amount of reading information that you've never heard before. I gotta hurry up and read that. Here, listen to this guy. He does not like me. Man, sorry, my computer is running so slow. I have too many fucking tabs up. So that's why I'm trying to read this and get rid of it so I can make my computer faster. Sorry for making everybody wait. God damn it. It'll refresh in 30 seconds. See? Oh wow. Man, my computer is totally fucked up. Here it is. Listen.
Just making a quick video about Poncho Pete and his 24-hour ladder stream. All those fucks revealed themselves.
Listen to this paranoid freak. Hold on, let it load. Come on, man.
They are Discordians. They push the Church of the Subgenius, which is created by
No, it's not
all
creative.
those fucks reveal themselves. They are Discordians. They push the Church of the Subgenius, which is created by followers of Crowley, and all it is to mock religion. You can Google all this. And I want no part of it. And they can all. I'm talking to you, Poncho Pete. You pump.
Oh, you're telling Pancho Pete to fuck off and die and to eat a dick? Wow, what a message there. You're so full of wisdom.
No part of it. And they can all fuck off and die and eat a dick. I'm talking to you, Poncho Pete, you punk bitch. I'm talking to you, Felix, you dumb cunt. And I'm talking to, whatever, Flatter, Subgenius, whatever the fuck your name is. Fuck all you people. I don't give a fuck. I don't need subs. I don't need friends. I'm not here for that. You guys are fake. Anyone that follows this channel, that channel, is fake. You're fucking being duped. You're being played. You're being made fun of. Fuck those people.
You fuck those people. Here you go. You're on your video live here. Let me comment on your pathetic video live. So let's see here. Shut up. So let's see here. Pancho Pete says, come on the show and talk it out. He says, fuck off. I was going to send you an invite. I said, haha, he's shook. I'm shook. That's why you guys keep coming to beg me, coming to me begging to come on your show. All this shows me how fake you all are. Keep commenting so everyone can see. I'm not begging for Jack Diddle and don't want you on my show. Although you're still invited to my show. Pete asked you to speak like a man on his show, not whine like a shook little bitch in this video. Keep going. You're so tough over the internet. Who's shook? Nah, kid. Oh my god, I can't even read this shit. It's so embarrassing. Oh, shit. Yeah. So keep commenting and you're making my video famous. No, I'm not. See, like, nothing is gonna make you famous. You're a loser. Let's see here. Yeah, no. Let's see here. Everything is getting. Look at the people commenting on his Jibby Jedi. If you say so, then this must be true. No way you could be wrong. I will mock religions all day, every day, until something in them is proven beyond all shadow of doubt. This paranoid nutbag. Oh, you came here to ad hominem attack me or stalk me? Keep commenting and making my video famous. I thought you didn't care about being famous. Keep exposing yourself. Everything is getting crazy. I'm worried. All kinds of stuff going on within the community. You don't think you were a little wound up by Subgenius and then took it out on myself and the channel? I invite you to come speak to Pancho since I do not believe you have. What's crazy? This dude is scared of Crowley and Discordianism and the Church of the Subgenius. Nothing crazy about someone who is paranoid because of their lack of research. Knowing of Crowley and his work and being a subgenius doesn't make me a Satanist. Spreading lies about other people you don't know does make you a Satanist, however. Be careful who you follow. Yeah, so be careful who you follow there, unbiased researcher. And just so hold on a second here. Now, how about this? Now, the conspiracy, otherwise called the Con for short, controls all the other and lesser conspiracy that you've never heard of, and some you've never even heard of or imagined. Well, the identity of the Con and all of its members is known to J.R. Bob Dobbs, the founder, Mahatma, Messiah, and CEO of the Church of the Subgenius. The Con includes the Bilderbergers, the Trilateral Commission supporters, the Illuminati, the Communist clones, the Nazi hell creatures, the interstellar bankers, and the leaders of all the rival churches and cults in the entire world. All of the pinks, the normal people or adjusted humans, are indentured servants of the con or the conspiracy. Many think that the con is just a joke or a parody of other conspiracy theories. To such doubters, the Church of the Subgenius says that this is the time of P, the time foretold when people would be judged not by works, nor by their family, nor even by their looks, but by their urine. It's true because your urine gets tested before you can go get a job. So the pee police are after you. Beware of the pee police. So hold on. I have about 30 minutes left, 35 minutes left. Let me go take a quick hit of frop. If you don't mind, I need some frop before I continue on. One second. I hope you are enjoying this little bit. I'm going to be reading off a lot of amazing information here in the next 1 minute. So just hold on for 1 minute, and I'm going to show you some secrets. I'm going to tell you some secrets. Hold on. Okay, so here, I'm going to tell you about a little bit of Aleister Crowley. Edward Alexander Crowley, born October 12, 1875, in order to redeem the world from the disasters begun on that day in 1492. He led a life of mysticism, occultism, adventure, deception, and outrageous bohemianism. At the age of 23, hint hint, in 1898, he joined the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, an occult society dedicated to Gnostic and Kabbalistic techniques of spiritual advancement, or what we nowadays call consciousness expansion. The Golden Dawn methods that Crowley mastered, including attainment of those borderline states variously called out-of-body experience, guided visualization or ESP, and the assumption of God forms, becoming one with various deities by techniques that occultists consider supernaturals. Supernatural and skeptics would call enthusiastic method acting. Crowley himself habitually alternated between the occult and skeptical views. Between 1900 and 1909, Crowley traveled widely and studied, sometimes at length and sometimes only briefly, in such non-European mystical systems as Buddhism, Taoism, a few varieties of Hinduism, and Sufism. In these years, he became proficient in one-pointed concentration, mantra, the use of some repeated phrase to abolish wandering thought, yoga stretching, relaxing techniques, the tantric technique of sex magic, becoming one with a deity by identifying that deity with a sexual partner during the sex act, and similar arts. He also developed his own system of eclectic mysticism by creating huge tables of correspondences to convert the terms of any mystical school into those of any other, i.e., Ig, the Greek god Pan, the Hindu god Shiva, the tarot card called the Hanged Man, the color blue, the element water, the Hebrew letter Mem, and the drug marijuana all refer to the astral plane. Crowley numbers 23, or to the 23rd level of human perception in another metaphor, to activate or reactivate that level. Crowley would invoke either Pan or Shiva in a ritual featuring marijuana, blue water, and wall decorations of the Hanged Man and the letter Meme, and so on through 32 levels. In 1904, in Cairo, Crowley experienced a psychic revolution from which he emerged with Liber Al, also called the Book of the Law, a prophetic and perplexing document he always claimed he had received, not written. At first, Crowley did not like the experience of the book, or the book. He managed to largely ignore them for nearly 10 years. After 1914, however, he felt increasingly under their spell, and eventually he devoted the rest of his life to the mission the book imposed upon him. After 1919, he spoke of the Cairo experience as an encounter with a supernatural intelligence. One of his disciples, Kenneth Grant, has claimed that the communicating entity emanated from the system of the double star Sirius, while another student, Israel Lagarde, prefers to say Crowley reached the depths of the human evolutionary unconscious unknown to either Freud or Jung. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. I still got 1/2 hour left. Be right back. Whoever or whatever Crowley contacted, its major messages became the closest thing to dogmas in his largely agnostic mysticism. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will. See, people forget to add that part. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. That's the only thing that they say. And if that's the only thing that you know, well, then you're not a historian of the true law. You're a liar and a fraud. And if you don't know that the end part of do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, if you don't know that love is the law, love under will is the last part of that, then you're a liar and a fraud. Every man and woman is a star. Yeah. Let's see here. So, Discordianism claims to be the world's first true religion. Discordianism claims to be the world's first true religion, and is based on the worship of Eris, goddess of chaos. One of its two founders has been accused of complicity in the JFK assassination. While some claim the Discordia movement is a complicated joke disguised as a new religion, Discordians counter that it is actually a new religion disguised as a complicated joke. The Discordians are divided into two camps. According to the rule, we Discordians must stick apart. On one side, the Erisian Liberation Front, aka ELF, is led by Ho Chin Zen, Kerry Thornley, and he promotes anarchist, libertarian, and anti-authoritarianism. And on the other side, the paratheo metamistichood of esoteric, aka the Poe, led by Malaclips the Younger, aka Gregory Hill, teaches a more mystic, passive doctrine, vaguely akin to Charles Fort, pataphysics, and deconstructionism. These two Discordianisms represent the material manifestation of the metaphysical Hodge and Podge, the sacred cow, and other high Discordian priests and priestesses include Lady L, fucking anarchist bitch, and Anrak the Backwards, Mordecai the Foul, Lola of Kapatula, and Fang the Unwashed. The founder of the Aresian Liberation Front, Carrie Thornley, was accused of complexity in the JFK assassination by New Orleans DA Jim Garrison. I checked with the Weather Underground. Thornley believed Garrison was honestly mistaken, but later he decided that somebody had set him up to be the fall guy and the Oswald scenario collapsed. Although Garrison never found enough evidence to convict him, Thornley still sends out bulletins on the case, claiming that he and Oswald were both brainwashed by naval intelligence, that his memory was erased and he has deduced what must have happened, that the Discordian Society was neither a joke nor a new religion, but a CIA assassination bureau, and other astounding claims. Both the Discordians and the Church of the Subgenius eagerly distribute Thornley's accusations and denunciations. Sorry for my stuttering. Too much coffee for me. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn possibly came into existence in 1881 due to some combination of mysterious events involving the three Freemasons. Those were the most accepted theories until very recently, when new evidence suggested that the Golden Dawn could have been evolved out of the Masonic Lodge in Frankfurt, which established a branch in France called blah 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 Rising Dawn, and a branch in London called the Society of the Shining Light of Dawn, a Kabbalistic college in London founded by Johannes Falk from Germany. However, hold on one second, hold on. Hold on one sec. Go. There we go. Okay. It's just too complicated for people who don't do any fucking research. Why? However created, the Golden Dawn became the most influential occult society of the turn of the century, numbering among its members such influential persons as William Butler Yeats, fantasy writers Algernon Blackwood and Arthur Macklin, both of who influenced H.P. Lovecraft. Arthur Waite creator of the best-known modern tarot cards, Israel Regardie, and the enigmatic jester, Aleister Crowley. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Like ordinary Freemasonry, the Golden Dawn had a system of grades, each one marked by an initiatory ritual intended to make a lasting impression on the consciousness of the candidate, to bring him closer and closer to illumination in a mystical sense. The Ordo Templi Orientis is a Freemasonic style of ritualistic occult order that traces itself back to the Knights Templar. Although several groups have claimed to be the real OTO, and there were over 1,000 competing outer heads at one time, the federal courts have ruled that the order represented on the World Wide Web is the true OTO of Aleister Crowley and have granted it tax-inept status as a charitable corporation and religious entity. Yeah, that's actually true. The OTO has 11 degrees, the first 9 and the 11th, including Freemasonic style initiations in which the candidate is tested, hopefully illuminated by deeper insight into the world and him or herself. The 10th degree represents the outer head of the order, a post currently held by Hymentus Beta, according to the claims of U.S. courts, and by 1,000 others, according to their own claims. Crowley became an initiate of the OTO in 1912 after publishing the Book of Lies. He was the outer, I want to say, the Principia Discordia, or How I Found Goddess and What I Did to Her After I Found Her, is the official holy book of the Discordian Society. It explains how humanity fell due to the original snub. The gods had a party on Olympus, but deliberately did not invite Eris, who, as goddess of chaos, vengefully created the apple of discord and unleashed the Trojan War and all subsequent international relations, and all of the other Discordian mysteries, including the law of fives. All events in the universe are related directly or indirectly to the number 5, given enough ingenuity on the part of the interpreter. The most original of all the Discordians' teachings probably is their rejection of dogma and its replacement by katma. A dogma is a proposition and thus either true or false, but a katma is a propositional function and thus has many meanings, some true, some false, and some in the excluded middle. The greatest Discordian katma of all is the Satistan affirmation, which says all affirmations are true in some sense, false in some sense, meaningless in some sense, true and false in some sense, true and meaningless in some sense, false and meaningless in some sense, and true and false and meaningless in some sense. And if you, some claim that if you repeat this 666 times, you will achieve total enlightenment in some sense. Shout out to Pancho Pete. The sacred cow is the holy symbol of the Discordian society in general, and the golden apple corpse in particular. Like the Taoist yin and yang, it is made of 2 interlocked kamas, one up and the other down. The 2 sides of the sacred cow, however, are not yin and yang, but hodge and podge. The hodge, symbolized by the pentagon, represents the oppressive, authoritarian, and destructive forces in the world, especially the Knights of the Five-Sided Castle and the Illuminati. The podge, symbolized by the golden apple of discord, represents satire, anarchy, merrymaking, and free thought in general. According to Discordian teaching, any increase in either side of the sacred cow leads to an immediate increase in the other side. So authoritarian bureaucracy leads to rebellion and rebellion and chaos provoke more authoritarian bureaucracy, and in a dance that never ends unless the funding runs out. According to Revelation 13:18, the beast who shall appear in the last days before the apocalypse shall have the number 666. Shout out to Pancho Pete. Most attempts to interpret this invoke Kabbalah, the Jewish system in which every letter has a number value. Fortunately for those who like to play games, many Hebrew letters have more than one numerical value, depending on where they appear in a word, and letters in other languages do not all correspond to Hebrew letters. Thus, many interpretations are possible, and almost every controversial person in the last 2,000 years has been shown to have a name that, by one system of correspondence or another, adds up to 666. Nero, Luther, Napoleon, and Hitler all had this dubious honor, and Aleister Crowley deliberately changed his name to make it equal 666. Quick Clint Eastwood said in the movie The Eager Sanctum, "Give me some slack." Slack is the goal of the Church of the Subgenius, as salvation is in Christianity, enlightenment in Buddhism, virtue in Confucianism. But slack is ineffable, it's unspeakable and indefinable. The slack that can be spoken is not the true slack. It is known, however, that at one time we all had slack. But then the conspiracy, it stole it from us. How the con stole our slack and how we can get it back are the major studies of the Church of the Subgenius Foundation. And the major theory is that the con wants to turn us all into pinks and slaves. And this can only be accomplished when nobody anywhere has any slack anymore. But we can get our slack back by teething 10% of our earnings to the Church of the Subgenius, which puts us on the list of those who will not be destroyed on X Day, but taken to the planet of immortality, which is somewhere between Plan 9 and Publishers Clearinghouse. Let's see here. We entered the Aeon of Horus in 1904, according to Aleister Crowley. And in this new Aeon, the word of the law is thelema. This Greek word means will, and its etymology is from earlier roots meaning magical power or sorcery. Because Crowley abhorred religion and was careful not to establish one of his own, those heavily influenced by him, who might even be called disciples, if he didn't hate disciples, never call themselves Crowleyans or Crowleyites or anything like that. They call themselves Thelemites. Carrie Thornley, one of the founders of the Discordian Society, and briefly a suspect in the Jim Garrison investigation of the John F. Kennedy assassination, believes that he was a victim of the MKUltra program, like Candy Jones. Thornley claims that although he cannot remember all the details even yet, he is sure that both he and Lee Harvey Oswald were part of an experiment in mind control. They served in the same Marine regiment. He thinks that thereafter he was manipulated by the Navy intelligence or the CIA in many subtle ways, for instance, as Garrison discovered. Thornley and Oswald lived within blocks of each other in New Orleans for several months before the assassination, but Thornley does not remember meeting Oswald again. He does remember meeting David Feary, another of Garrison's suspects, but only recalls a brief meeting and less conversation. Even more sinister and weird, Thornley remembers meeting somebody calling himself Gary Kirstein, who said he was writing a book called Hitler Was a Good Guy. In memory, Thornley thinks Kirstein was E. Howard Hunt, one of his CIA controllers. In sum, Thornley believes he was programmed as a substitute fall guy if the Oswald scenario collapsed, and that Garrison almost swallowed the bait. More recently, Thornley has remembered or imagined even more. He now believes his parents were not Irish, as they claimed, but German, and that he himself was the product of a neo-Nazi breeding program that failed. Instead of becoming a Nazi racist, he became an anarchist and satirist. Some believe Thornley is joking about all of this. Others think he is clinically paranoid. Maybe he is at least partially remembering some of the real fallout of MKUltra. As Jonathan Vankin writes, nonetheless, I still wonder if it's all a put on. Is Thornley's intricately conspiratorial autobiography an elaborate mind game he plays with himself and anyone who will join in? Or is he really an intelligence agent with a macabre cover story for his role in the John F. Kennedy conspiracy? Or could the story be true? Is Carrie Thornley a helpless pawn in a game beyond anyone's comprehension, who somehow figured out what has been happening to him? So definitely thanks to all of you. I appreciate the listeners. I really do. I stuttered and still read, and you still listen. I have much more to say, and I have very great news. I will be the first flat earther in the world with a particular set of skills. I will be the first flat earther in the world with a particular set of skills. And that secret will be told soon enough. And I will be able to help you make a lot of money for yourself and family. Also, never mind. I don't want to say too much. But I'd say I did a good job here tonight. Somebody was calling out the religion of Discordianism, and the Church of the Subgenius. So what do? I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about Discordianism. Hail Eris and praise Bob. And I'm going to talk about Discordianism, and I'm going to show exactly what he said, what his people think, and I'm going to listen to everyone listening. Yeah, I'm going to listen to everyone listening. You're the one listening, so you're the one that matters. The people listening to this are the people that matter. The people that are listening listen to other people. That means that they're a good person. They're trying to listen. They are listening to other people, and thus they are being a better person. That's just a fact. And I still need to finish this off. Fuck. I wanted to finish this off. So I'm gonna finish off the mythology of the Discordians. I will. So I'll include. I have the mythology of the Discordians here still. The philosophy of the Discordians. See, 3. Oh, this is good. I mean, yeah, Operation Mindfucked is an important practice of the Discordian religion. The concept was developed by Carrie Thorney and Robert Anton Wilson in 1968 and given its name by Wilson and Robert Shea in the Illuminatus trilogy. Writings, the Discordian books, Honest Book of Truth, Illuminatus trilogy. I'm gonna go over all this, but I do actually have to get going here. So I'll finish this up, but appreciate it. What am I? Yeah, I gotta help my buddy out, right? Otherwise, I'm gonna go live and I'll finish off what I have to say. Yeah, and then yeah. So I'll do that. I'll finish off this. Appreciate you. Peace. Thanks.